day, everybody. Today is Monday, and I hope you had a great weekend. Hope you had a chance to worship somewhere and just to be in the presence of the Lord in worship and praise. And today we we continue our daily Psalms for Hope in Psalm 31. It's a Psalm of David again. And this is kind of long, so I'm going to pick it up at verse 14, but encourage you to read the first 13 verses because there's a lot of things packed in there as well. And so keep encouraging you to stay in the Word. That's the most important thing. So today we're going to pick it up at verse 14. So if you want to get out your Bibles, Psalm 31. Verse 14, and here's what it says. But I trust in you, O Lord. I say you are my God. My times are in your hands. Rescue me from the hand of my enemies and from my persecutors. Make your face shine on your servants. Save me in your steadfast love. O Lord, let me not be put to shame, for I call upon you. Let the wicked be put to shame. Let them go silently to Sheol. Let the lying lips be mute, which speak insolently against the righteous, in pride and contempt. Oh, how abundant is your goodness, which you have stored up for those who fear you, and worked for those who take refuge in you, in the sight of the children of mankind. In the cover of your presence you hide them from the plots of men. You store them in your shelter from the strife of tongues. Blessed be the Lord, for he has wondrously shown his steadfast love to me when I was in a besieged city. I had said in my alarm, I am cut off from your sight, but you heard the voice of my pleas for mercy when I cried to you for help. Love the Lord, all you his saints. The Lord preserves the faithful, but abundantly repays the one who acts in pride. Be strong and let your heart take courage, all you who wait for the Lord. Now again, in the entirety of this psalm, there is a lot of things that we could pick up upon, and for each of us, it's different, and that's the way the Word works. But today, just wanted to focus on verse 15, the beginning of verse 15. My times are in your hands. Back in 2016, I came across a devotion that I stuck in my Bible with this verse, and it's a devotion about an evangelist, Andrew Murray, in the 1800s. He had a back injury in South Africa when he was there, and he was recovering, and someone came up to him and said, "There's a woman in great trouble," and wanted to know if you had any counsel for her. And he said, "Well, I've been writing these things down as an encouragement for me, so tell her that she can have this and hope it's an encouragement to her." But this is what he wrote. He said, "In time of trouble, say first, God brought me here. It is by his will I am in this strait place. In that I will rest. Next, he will keep me in his love and give me grace in this trial to behave as his child. Then he will make the trial a blessing, teaching me lessons he intends me to learn, and working in me the grace he means to bestow. Last, in his good time, he can bring me out again. How and when, he knows. I am here by God's appointment, in his keeping, under his training, for his time." I thought that was pretty good. You know, sometimes we want instant solutions to the problems that we face, and sometimes we don't get them. And sometimes they don't come in the way that we would hope that they would come. But God's love does not change. You know, David says, "Blessed be the Lord, for he has wondrously shown his steadfast love to me." And that is kind of the character of God. You know, he says, "Oh, how abundant is your goodness, which you have stored up for those who fear you and worked for those who take refuge in you. My times are in your hands, O Lord." And, you know, perhaps it is by appointment that we face some of the things that we face. Perhaps it is part of the teaching and the lesson that we are to learn in life. That's hard. I understand that, because when you're going through it, you don't necessarily see it in that way. But we do learn, and our times are in his hand. He is a God who has complete control over the happenings of life, and when we're in trials and we turn to him, he is there answering in his will and in his way. And sometimes that's all we need. David ends this psalm. He says, "Be strong and let your heart take courage, all you who wait for the Lord." Be strong and let your heart take courage, all you who wait for the Lord. And waiting for the Lord is just trusting in him and knowing that he is the God that he says he is. And so your times are in the Lord's hands. Whatever you're going through today, your times are in the Lord's hands. Let him teach you, but let him keep you, and let his face shine upon you this day. May God's blessings be upon you, and be a blessing whenever and wherever you can.